Hello everyone, this is Tila Raja from Perfect Pronunciation Academy. Today I'm going to be talking about the good old Australian accent. Tips and I think features about it. Now, if you have no idea what it sounds like, don't listen to me because I do not think I sound Australian. I think I sound a little bit Australian, but not too much. I personally find it quite hard to speak and quite hard to understand. So Australians in the room, you can shoot me if you want to, but I do feel that it's a bit of a harder accent to understand. So as in my previous videos, I don't teach it, but I've done some research into it. I mean, I've been living here for some time, so I thought I want to learn more about the Australian accent because I do get asked by people, can you teach me the Australian accent? And I say usually no, because I don't speak it myself. Anyway, so this is what Google tells me when I researched into Australian accent. So it was first developed around the 1788 mark. That is when the European settlers first found Australia and moved to Australia. You know, they discovered it. And so the natives living back in Australia, they didn't speak English. They were the Aboriginals and they were the natives of this country, right? So they did not speak English. So English was actually brought to Australia by the European settlers, who mainly comprised of the Southern English people, the Irish, the Scots, and the Welsh. So I can maybe say the Australian English, and of course influenced by the indigenous population that was here. So I think the Australian accent is a mishmash of quite a few things: the Southern English, the Irish, the Scots, the Welsh, and the indigenous people that lived here. So it's a bit of a nice melting pot, I think, which pretty much reflects Australia. And it's developed over the years, and it sounded quite English most of the time. And around the 1830s, it started shaping a little bit more to, I guess, what you're hearing now. And this is a fun fact, and I don't know how true it is. Some people say that the Australian accent was heavily influenced by the drunken slur of our forefathers. Yes, and again, Google, so don't shoot me for this. It said that the average person has got a vocab of, I think, 70,000 words. However, they said that the average Australian has an average vocab of 35,000 words. Half! Yikes! Anyway, that's just a fact. I don't know that that's true, but research is out there. You can let me know if I'm right. So the Australian accent, like any accent in the world, can be divided into three different portions. One of it is the cultivated accent. Now, this is, you think, Kate Blanchett. This version of accent is usually from the higher socioeconomic status people. You know, you get your politicians mostly speaking that way. And, you know, not all of them speak that way, but however, it reflects the higher socioeconomic status of a community per se. And the general accent, I think I put myself in that accent, and I don't think I sound fully Aussie, but this is like the majority of the population that speaks that way. Now, broad sounds a little bit more laid back, more nasalized. This is Australian, more nasalized, and the words are a lot more shortened. So in Australian, they call it maybe the bogan speak, or just a little bit less polished way of speaking. So three ways: cultivated, which is quite high SES; general, which is main public; and then the broad accent, which is maybe the more nasalized, shortened accent. The common features of the Australian accent is the A's and the E's sound quite similar. The T's and the L's get dropped a little bit, and I'm used to that now. The T gets substituted for a D. So letter, little, you know, I got to write a letter, so instead of letter. And words becomes really short in Australia, and I love this. It's really quite funny. So Australia is Australia. Afternoon, Arvo. So I've got a whole list which I can go through next time with you guys, but these are the main things. The words get quite shortened, and I think that's an Australian feature, so embrace it, hey? Yeah, they use hey for a lot of the sentences, to end a lot of sentences. And there's a tendency to nasalize the words, and that is because of the way they're holding posture. Holding posture meaning they're quite sideways, so they have a tendency to emit sounds that are quite nasal. These are quite some of the features. I'm sure there are loads more, and it's loads more that I do not know. I've been living in Australia for I think 17 years now, and I still discover lots of different things about the sound and the speech that is quite different to the way I speak. So for those of you out there who've migrated and lived in the country for 20, 30 years and you go, I do not sound so and so, take heart, because you're always learning. And think for yourself, if your aim is to sound, if your aim is for your speech to sound the same accent as the country you're living in, then make a concerted effort. But ask yourself this: do I really want to sound American? Do I really want to sound Australian, or whichever country you live in? Do I really want to sound so and so? If you do, then go full out and look for a specific accent therapist. If you do not, then I suggest you just speak in a neutral way that you sound clear and you are understood. And that is why I do not teach the Australian accent, because I don't speak it. I hope you found that useful. So we've got lots of cool tips like that coming up. Be sure that you've got onto my email list at perfectpronunciationacademy.com, and you'll be the first people to hear about my projects. See you then. Bye.